Hi everyone, thank you for watching. This is Life with Pure Beauty C, and that's me. Today I am going to be talking about how I made money doing surveys and all the money that I've made doing surveys. Yes, surveys. I am here to tell you guys all the details, so stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos about Life with Pure Beauty C. See you guys in a little bit. So I first want to talk about how I got started doing surveys and where I heard about it. So the first time I did a survey was back in 2015, and I used the app called Surveys. I'll post the app up here somewhere so that you all can see exactly what I'm talking about. So I downloaded the app and I did my first survey in 2015, and I'll post my first survey that I did up here. So the first survey, I realized how easy it was, and I realized that this is like easy money. Now, when looking at the surveys, you need to know like how much you can make, and I didn't realize how much I can truly make until 2020. And that was when I did the biggest survey, or the biggest amount that I had ever done before. So in the beginning, I was only making 50 cents, $1. And if I didn't qualify for the survey, because you don't qualify for all of them, I was only making 10 cents. And that still happens today. So when I did my first survey, I only made 50 cents on it. And I was kind of like, wasn't taking it serious after that. I was like, I'm only making 50 cents. Even if I did this a bunch of times a day, it still wouldn't amount to much. But again, this was back in 2015 when I did my first survey. So I also didn't pay attention that I had a $20 opportunity back in 2015. So in the first month of me doing surveys, I had a $20 offer to do surveys, and I didn't even pay it any attention. If I would have paid it any attention, I think I would have took it more seriously. It wasn't until maybe 2019, 2020 that I started taking the survey seriously and actually accepting the notifications and checking the app regularly for surveys to see if I qualified. So one thing that is very important about this survey app is that it works on your location. If you have your location services on and your notifications on, you'll get as many surveys as the location that you're traveling to, traveling through, or wherever you're at. So going back to that $20 opportunity that I talked about in the beginning. So I missed out on that opportunity. I didn't realize it, that I actually did apply to try to do that survey, but I wasn't qualified. But if I would have remembered in that moment, I think I would have been more in tune to trying to get more surveys and trying to get more $20 surveys. Again, the only way you can get it is with your location. So I'll come back around about the $20 survey that I did do and how I did it and what happened doing that. I know everyone wonders, you do a survey, but what are you doing? What type of questions are you asking or answering? So some of the different things that I've encountered in the past is different type of surveys about when's the last time you went shopping, what kind of bread do you buy, and then it kind of bases your questions off of that. So for example, the most recent one I went on was about bread, and it was about keto bread and the last time that you bought bread and how many times do you buy bread a year. I didn't qualify for that because I don't eat bread often, so I only got 10 cents. But other things they ask you are questions about, most recently about COVID, and did you have any restrictions and how are you dealing with it? Talking about, did you need support or help or resources from others? That one I actually did was specific about people of color, and I did qualify for that one. I think that one also paid out $3. So that was a new one that I've done. I haven't seen one that was specific to a certain race or ethnicity, and that was the first one that I came across with that. Some other ones in the past have been back on the groceries. There's ones that I haven't qualified often about nicotine use. There's just different type of ones that are just kind of very generic about your everyday life. Have you brought snacks in the past? Stuff like that. So to go on forward, I want to talk about the $20 survey that I completed and actually qualified for. Now that survey was about buying laundry detergent, and it asked me, where do I most often buy laundry detergent? And it gave me an option of like Walmart, Target, Giant, Food Lion, all your nearby grocery stores. And I just listed the ones that I usually go to and get laundry detergent. And in particular for this survey, my location was Target. So I've never had a $20 survey, and I was very intrigued to find out what they were going to have me do. I thought I was just going to be answering a bunch of questions like normal, like when you get the $3 and the $1 surveys, but that wasn't what it was. I had to pre-qualify, and I had to say that I would be willing to go into a local Target store and answer some questions. Now, I was a little nervous about what they were going to ask me to do inside the Target, and even when I got inside the Target, I was nervous, and I'll get to that in a moment. So some of the qualification questions, again, were, when was the last time that you bought detergent? What's your favorite brand? How do you shop for brand? Do you shop about the price? Do you shop about the quality? Do you shop about the number of loads you can get for the price? So it was different type of stuff like that. And I answered just my generic, whatever I do when I go shopping for laundry detergent, and it qualified me. So then I agreed that I would go into my local Target and I would follow the survey as it says. So they gave me a timeline that I had like to do it within a month, and I actually thought that I didn't get it done in time. So I just happened to log back into the app, and it was like, oh, you have this survey that's due today, and it was the $20 opportunity. And I was like, oh, I gotta go to Target today. So I made time to go to Target at the end of the night, and I followed exactly what it told me to do. And it pretty much wanted me to go into Target, take a picture of the aisle, talk about what about the aisle intrigued me, what I did not like about the aisle, what made me more inclined to buy one product versus another product, and if I did decide to make a selection that day, what did I decide to buy, what made me want to buy that, any recommendations that I had about the detergent aisle, things along that line. And I also had to record a video. Now, this is the part that I was so nervous about. I was like, I have to record? I'm not doing that. So I did record. I recorded the aisle and what the aisle looked like, and then I talked over it with the stuff that I liked about it, the stuff that I think that could be more improved. And I just talked about the aisle was really clean, it was really neat, everything was organized by size, like from top to bottom. All of the larger sizes of the detergent was at the bottom, and then from left to right, all of the detergents were organized by company, by brand. So those are the different things that I talked about. So that night, that probably took me 10 minutes, if that. It definitely wasn't that long, but if that, it was 10 minutes. And it was definitely a little longer survey that I've ever done before, but I mean, it was $20. I didn't mind. So I submitted it that night, and it was pending. They had to approve the video and approve my questions before they would give me the $20 payout. Well, within the next day, they gave me the $20 payout, and that was the most that I've ever made doing a survey. So in the next part, I'm going to talk about the surveys that I did in person, that I did in Charlotte, North Carolina. I haven't found any other place that is similar to that in my current location where I live now, but it's a definitely cool opportunity, and I know they have it in other big cities, so I'm definitely going to recommend this one as well. So the next three companies that I'm going to talk about, I was able to complete surveys with two of the three companies. These I did while living in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I know that they do have other locations in other big cities. So I would check your city to see if maybe you're able to sign up to do surveys with these three companies as well. The three companies are AOC Research, AOC Research, and Duke Energy. Duke Energy is the local energy company in Charlotte. So I'll start with the one that I have not done a survey with first because I signed up too late and I didn't plan on moving. Another story for another day. But when you sign up, you just go on their website, you complete a survey saying that you're interested, talking about your background, things along that line, and then providing your contact information, which they mainly use is your email. Upon getting signed up, they go ahead and start sending you different type of surveys that you could pre-qualify for. Generally, the survey will give you a title like baby formula, something along that lines, and then you can complete the pre-qualification survey. I wouldn't do it because it's just something that does not apply to my life at this point. So if I felt like it would apply, then I would go and try to do the pre-qualification survey. You answer those questions, and then if you get selected, then they bring you into their local office to answer whatever the main survey is. So that's AOC Research. So the next company that I actually had the opportunity to get selected for was AOC Research. Again, the same steps apply. Go onto their website, get your information. They start emailing you different type of surveys. Now with them, I did a bunch of pre-qualification surveys before I got selected for the one survey that they allowed me to do. One that I do remember particularly was about the distance that I lived from the airport. And did I have any issues with the traffic due to the airport specifically? I didn't get selected for that one, but after doing the pre-qualification, there was a call that I received again asking for additional questions. So I did learn that when you are in the pre-qualification stage from the online survey, they give you a call and they verify that information. She did explain to me that the reason I didn't get selected was due to my location and that they had too many people who were surveying in the area that I lived in. So they were looking for more people to get surveyed in area 2 versus area 1. So that's why I missed out on that one. And then the survey that I did get selected on, they asked me about my occupation. They asked me about attending court and just being able to answer information about court. And at the time I was working in law enforcement, so I was familiar with the process and I was comfortable doing what they were asking. I ended up getting selected, and in this instance I actually went to their facility. Now the facility, it wasn't like some big science center. It was literally, you walk in the door, there was a lobby with a bunch of chairs for all the people who were going to be doing surveys. There was a receptionist, there was food, there was snacks, there was water. And then they end up taking you into the back with whatever group that you're in. And in my group, there was 12 people. We were to simulate a jury. So in this instance, we all get taken to the back, and the setup was like a conference room with a double-sided mirror. And I didn't realize that there was someone on the other side of the mirror you could see through after the host, which happened to be an attorney, explained that his colleagues were on the other side and they were sitting there. You could see them really, really close to the window. But anyways, so this particular instance was about workers' compensation, and it was about a claim that ended up being taken to court. And what they did was they showed a video of the injured individual, what his job duties were, how he was injured, what his life has been like now due to his injuries. And they asked us, did we believe that he deserved the amount of money that was asking to be paid out? And this was the attorney's client. So he was trying to speak to a jury in a sense, and to see if his client would win it was like $10 million, I want to say. And we had to, 1, say whether or not we think he should get the 10 million, and 2, we should say, if not, then how much money should he get? So it was hard. It was really hard. So then they went on to a second case that was being heard in court. And this one, I said the first one was sad. The second one was sad. This one was sad. And it was hard to deal with. And I kind of wish that in the survey, they would have explained the kind of nature of the information we were being presented. So another attorney from this law firm came out and he presented the case to us. This story, I'll try to not give all the details, had to do with a accident on a train track. And we had video footage of the accident. And again, we had to decide who was at fault. So I'll leave all the details about that maybe in another story if you guys are interested. Put a comment below and I'll share that, and I'll also explain how it gets in the end. But needless to say, there was an accident on the train track with a car and the train. And his client was actually individuals that were in the car. I'll just say that. So that's how that survey went, and we just had to give our opinion. I had a great time. That's stuff that I enjoy doing. And I got paid out $75 for that survey. So then after that, I think we were probably in there about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I'm trying to think an hour for each scenario. So I would say maybe 2 hours, and there was time well spent. So Duke Energy is the local energy company in Charlotte, North Carolina, and at the time I was a customer of Duke Energy. At the time, I was getting emails from Duke Energy, your normal, oh, your energy bill is due, or whatever it is, but this one particularly said that you could qualify for a survey and get paid X amount. So I qualified. I had been doing other surveys, so I was interested to see what it is that I had to do. I didn't know if it was something I had to do personally in my home, but I lived alone, so I didn't mind doing that if that's what it was. But what happened is that they brought me to their local facility. So in this specific scenario, they were rolling out a new type of chat bot, we'll say. And I grilled them on this new chat box. So again, they were just asking my opinion. I had to pretty much work on a computer as if I was a customer needing service and work it through this chat box. So needless to say, that was all their survey was about. And I sat there, I explained everything. The whole conversation was recorded. And I tried not to be so like negative and try to give some positives to it, but in being a young female, being tech savvy, you know, knowing how to get to information, I feel like it did not fit their customers. It did not fit all of their customers. And in a sense, it just kept taking me back to step one. It just kept taking me back and it didn't give me any answers. So I wasn't satisfied with the results. So that was another survey that I completed. All the surveys I really enjoyed doing. It was something different. It wasn't something that I had done before. And at the end of the day, I got paid. So this is my video about how I got paid doing surveys. I hope it inspires you to reach out and try to do surveys in your local city. Don't ignore those emails that you get about making money doing surveys, whether it's with your local energy company or whether or not you decide to get on AOC Research or Accelerant Research and sign up to do it. Don't forget about Surveys, the app, because you can make up to $90 like I did. AOC Research gave me a gift card. Accelerant Research, I have never got the chance to do. And Duke Energy, they paid me out a gift card as well. Survey app pays you out in multiple different ways. You can get an Amazon credit. You can get a credit through PayPal. And then they also offer you a gift card, and you make the selection of what you want from those options. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to comment and subscribe. If you guys have any questions for me about what I did, how I went about it, if maybe these companies are in your local state and or city, I would be willing to respond. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, thank you for watching. This is Life with Pure Beauty C. That's me, and you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.